Hey guys, welcome back to Geekly Review.
Yeah, right. Last segment of the week for video games. We're talking about The Legend of Zelda, the original.
Yes, here we go.
Alright, guys. Legend of Zelda, NES classic, the original, man.
Yeah.
It started off this just amazing franchise.
Yes, it did. And like
You just beat this game for the first
I did just beat it for the first time.
man.
Like I told you guys, I'm gonna try to beat all the console Zelda games that they've made within a year. So yeah, I just beat the first one.
Yeah, man, first time, man. That's exciting.
No, it wasn't.
What?
Let's just go over the story first. If there was a story, so you beat it, right?
I have beaten it once in the past, yeah.
And do you remember what the story was in this game?
It's one of those. It's an NES game, man. A lot of those things had very, very little story.
Yeah, and I think if you wanted to get the story, you had to read the instruction booklet that had the story inside of it.
More
so
of the stuff like that.
I didn't have the instruction booklet, and so I went into this game.
You couldn't find it, man.
I didn't look, honestly. I honestly didn't think about that. But so the game starts off. You walk into a little cave, and this guy says it's dangerous to go out there alone, and he gives you a sword.
Go.
That's it. That's all you get. You have no idea what you're doing and why you're doing it. And then the whole point of the game is you go through these, I think they're called levels in this one. Later on they're called dungeons. In this one they're called levels. And you have to go through, I think it's
8 dungeons.
8 dungeons and then into the 9th one.
And then the final one, yeah.
So you have to go through and find all 8 dungeons and then find the 9th one as well. And then you beat Ganon. And while you're doing this, you're collecting fragments of the Triforce.
Pieces, yeah.
So there's not just 3, which is what we're used to. 3 pieces of Triforce.
It seemed like you're collecting pieces of one, you're collecting pieces of the one probably the Triforce of Courage. Which I don't think they specify that in this one, because I think
they might in the instruction
once you beat
booklet,
Ganon, he drops like a whole nother piece, right? Like the one that he had.
Yeah, power. That would be power. So
if I remember that right, I think, because I skimmed through it. I didn't replay this for this, but I kind of skimmed through the walk, you can watch the playthroughs on YouTube.
Yeah.
People do this like in an hour, the whole entire game, and find everything, because
I hate those people.
They know everything by now. It's been out for decades.
It has.
Yeah.
I didn't cheat though, so I actually tried and went through without any.
That's commendable, man. Because I don't think I did that. I'm pretty sure I used.
It was a pain in the ass because you had to burn every single little bush. You had to blow up almost every wall. It was tedious.
That's crazy, man. I don't know how people found things back then. Like,
they had no other. Had put too much time on their hands apparently, because God.
I don't know how you. I was watching it. He's like, I was like, how would you know to bomb that section of the wall? There's no way.
And there's just certain parts of dungeons where it's beyond hard. It's almost impossible. Like the scenarios they put you in with the weapons they give you, it's just so hard.
Or I think you possibly have to get a stronger weapon or a stronger defense, like a tunic before you go into that one. Especially those last 3 dungeons, I think are. Yeah, I remember being very, very hard.
Because I didn't know this, but there's actually 3 different tunics you get in this game. I thought it was those towards the green.
And and that's probably why you had
so I went to the most of the game with the green tunic, and then
which is commendable. Hey man, you got through it. You got through it with that.
Yeah, rage quitting a lot, but so I finally just dropped $200 on this little blue ring. It looks like a blue ring, but it's actually a tunic for some reason. Go figure. I didn't know it was going to be a tunic. I thought
eBay? What?
No, in this little shop you have to find in the game.
Yeah, rubies.
It's
Gotcha.
And so it gives you the white tunic, I think it's called, and then later on, one of the last dungeons, you get the red tunic. But up until that point, I'm just getting demolished by everything that hits me. And
yeah,
so what did you think about it? Because whenever you played it, what did you think of the first Legend of Zelda game?
It was cool. I liked it. It was. I'm not gonna say I didn't play through it like you did, and that's cool. So I think I used guides. I know I didn't own. I played it on a ROM, I think.
Which I recommend if you guys play this game, use a guide.
I was probably using save states and ROM. I'm probably as minimal as possible, but I probably ended up having to do that. But The way I remember it, if I was using I probably had the little stronger swords, or the stronger tunic.
I got
before
the next level
I
sword.
got.
I'm not sure.
Because I remember, man, watching you play that dungeon with all the whiz robes, I think they're called, the ones where they're all flying. It's like, man, I didn't remember this being that hard. Like,
I'll let you try it too.
Yeah,
it was
and
hard.
it was tough, man. It's super tough. But I probably had like a better tunic at that point, or a sword.
Yeah, so you don't get hit once, you just fall to the ground dead.
You're dead. Like one hit, like with the way your playthrough, man, that was rough.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I just suck at the original Zelda game.
But it's just I don't know. It's sad that it was basically one of the original kind of open world games, I guess you can say, right? I mean, that's like the whole thing. You just kind of go explore, find your own thing, get your own way through the game. Unlock your secrets in your own way. And I obviously, that had a really cool, I don't know. It was a cool feeling to it. I maybe didn't get that because obviously played it much later. I did it with guides, so
yeah.
I guess maybe it didn't have that big of an effect on me per se with the magic of that, finding everything yourself, kind of doing it.
It was cool.
I'm sure if I played this as a kid, I'm sure I would have gotten furious the way I was. I think I felt like because I think Link's Awakening was my very first Zelda that I ever owned. It was on the Game Boy.
Oh, really?
And I never really, it was my first dive into it. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah. I couldn't figure it out, like, with my mind back then, my little kid mind.
Yeah, my first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time. I got that when I was like 9 years old. And I loved it. Fell in love with that game from the very, very start. Like, the graphics for the 64 were top notch in its day.
Yeah.
The gameplay was amazing, so unique. There's really nothing else like it. Like, think other games like were making like Crash Bandicoot at that time, Spyro.
Yeah, those were kind of coming out around the same time. Yeah, all fun games.
Zelda was, oh my god, it was amazing. Ocarina of Time was so good. I even got a tattoo because of Zelda. I love the series so much. I just didn't realize I didn't like the original.
Man.
The one that started it all I did not enjoy it. I honestly can say I did not have a fun time playing that game. I don't know.
Maybe
that sounds mean.
Maybe
I give credit where it's due. Like the game is a foundation for such a beautiful, amazing, wonderful series.
Yeah.
It like paved the way for all my favorite games ever. Twilight Princess is one of my favorite games. Like my top 3 favorite games are probably all Zelda games. And it's all because of this game. And I couldn't stand it. And I feel bad about that. But yeah, it is what it is, though. If I would have played it, I guess, when it first came out and it was revolutionary to me, I maybe would have loved it a lot more. But because I kind of took a step backwards, and in that sense, I guess I couldn't respect the nostalgia because the nostalgia wasn't there for me.
It was just more agonizing pain.
Yeah. And like I played games like that because, I had the Game Boy Color games. I had Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and I enjoyed those games.
Yeah.
And they kind of had the top view, it's kind of the same thing, but at least those
little bit
had more of a story to it. They help you find your way through the game if you know where to go next and stuff.
Yeah, they obviously went.
Because you can go to level 8 in this one and start off level 8, you just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So you have to like try to find each dungeon.
Because you have to get the items too, right? The items have to. I remember you have to get like a.
But they'll let you in the dungeon.
Oh yeah. They'll let you in there.
Go in. It's like Breath of the
Wild. A lot
Wild
of them you can't get very far, but
yeah.
Like you see, you need a raft. That's like one of the first things you need, right? Like a raft or a. What is it? Like a raft or a ladder that helps you get across.
I think it's the ability to you can't just go into the ocean. You have to go to a spot, like a little port spot that you can takes you just straight across. So you can't just sail the sea. You just go from point A to point B.
But the start of the whole a lot of the iconic items in this game: the boomerang, the bow and arrow, the bombs.
Oh, bow and arrow. I didn't realize this either. When you use the bow and arrow, it uses your rubies.
Yeah, you have unlimited arrows, but unless you have...
I thought I did. I was like, well, these arrows never run out.
But you gotta have the rupees for it.
It stopped shooting. Next thing you know, I'm poor.
That's...
Because I went into this game blind. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know... Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that was the magic of it back in the day, but... Like I said, I enjoyed it. I kind of played through it just... After I think I did that little kick. I went through these old original. I could play through the original Final Fantasy, the original Legend of Zelda, Metal Gear. Did all these things on ROMs, just kind of get through all those originals several years ago. So that's kind of when I played it. So, and it was just it was cool. It was okay, I'm just gonna get through it, just to play it, and it was okay, cool. I beat it. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, I definitely see the nostalgic of it, and obviously very, very influential with the newest Zelda.
Yeah,
the Breath of the Wild.
I can see the stepping stones as to where Breath of the Wild took from this a lot.
Yeah, this is obviously the step in it, and that's cool. It brought back obviously in a much better
Yeah, you know what I loved about Breath of the Wild though? The story.
The story, yeah.
The story was good.
Yeah, they're never gonna go back to just not having any story anymore. That's not gonna. It's not gonna happen.
I'm just teasing, but
yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, Legend of Zelda, wasn't a fan. Sorry. Try to be. I honestly went in there very optimistic. Like I said, I love Zelda, love all the games. Like Ocarina of Time, Post. I'm actually really excited to play A Link to the Past. Like that game.
That's another. You never played that one yet either, have you?
So I'm excited to play that one. I have played A Link Between Worlds, which I heard is kind of a take.
It's a sequel.
Sequel to it.
It's a
I love that game. So that game was really fun. So guys, I'll keep you guys posted with. Part 2, I'm playing through Legend of Zelda 2 right now, which is also very unique in its own way.
I'll probably replay A Link to the Past when you get to it. I'll probably replay it with you. I haven't played that in a really long time. So.
Hey guys, so Legend of Zelda, I really didn't like it. What do you think?
I like it. It's fun.
He liked it.
I like it. It's cool for what
I didn't. It might be because I sucked at it. That could be it. But yeah, I guess. I'll stick to my Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I gotcha.
So that does it for my review on The Legend of Zelda. Like I said, nostalgic, building the blocks of the new Zelda world, and like I said, the foundation of everything that I grew to love. But unfortunately, I just didn't like the foundation.
I'm glad they made a franchise out of it. Though.
Yeah, me too. Thank God for this game. Like I'm so happy they did it, but
yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys if I missed anything, or if you feel differently, or want us to touch anything more in this game.
A lot of people will find it differently.
Oh yeah, I definitely, they probably will. So just comment below and let us know, guys. So
yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that does it for this week. Remember to hit that notification bell if you want to be updated with all the videos we upload.
Yeah, and please follow us on Twitter, man. The handle's @geekly_review. And please, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, guys. See ya.